Loud tracks on the beat.
Meet up in New York City. I am Abby Harris, your host today.
What up, what up? Welcome to Beyond the Blockchain. I am your host, Abby Harris. Very simple. I'm not gonna drag it on to forever. But uh, welcome to Beyond the Blockchain podcast. Today I have one of my great friends and guests, Kate, that has got a chance to pull up. And the ironic thing, guys, it is March. It is Women's Month. Uh, and welcome, Kate. Welcome to Beyond the Blockchain podcast. I am happy to have you.
Thank
Um,
you.
First thing I would like you to do is because I always start off with the five W's is just to introduce yourself of who you are, where you come from, and what you do in our crypto space. Because I know you're beyond.
Yeah, so my name is Kate Koraia, and I've been in the industry, passionate in technology. I'm holding my BA CPA hat, but really focusing more on technology. I remember that a couple years ago there was like momentum when I was part of this big conference running by Big Four, and one of the gentlemen, the speaker, said that, oh, once upon a time when we have this blockchain technology up and running, our profession is going to be like absolute, like auditing, for example. And that was my specific wake up call that, okay, so I cannot really go through the traditional way and I have to really marry to the technology. And this is when I really started and going in deep, doing a lot of research, acquiring the knowledge in different spaces, went to Harvard and MIT, did my digital transformation, like high level courses with the like senior leadership team there. And also having in my company I work for the opportunity to build my own product lines in technology, that also gave me obviously a lot of like ways to find around and bring this new technologies into space, test it. I call it like technology lab, owning like technology lab. It's always like my dream. And now doing all this proof of concepts and then bringing it to customers and testing with customers and getting their feedback. And this is when you are really part of true digital transformation. And that's what I do for my non-for-profit or any clients I have or friends have a companies, and I transform there and having like advisory board. Recently, I also founded, and I'm also treasurer and board director of a non-for-profit organization, Soldier Save Lives, which happened on October. So what happened after October 7? It is the story like really worth to telling the world, that one of the, like there was 25, 26 years old, I call them kids, but they're not kids anymore. They were like jumping and I don't know, running and dancing and singing together. And then October 7 happens and one friend died, and the other friends, instead of like grieving, they just like really taking this action items and coming up, let's do something idea. And they really like in a, I had an overnight bringing tons of like humanitarian aid back to, from New York back to Israel, like 20 millions of tons aid. And they were connecting with me and hearing their stories. It's like very connecting. That's what my heart always goes with, where I can help. And recently, actually, this becomes very successful non-for-profit organization. And recently, one of the CEO was telling me that I cannot believe that I worked with so many other non-for-profit organizations, but our system, how it is set up in finance and accounting, technology-wise, is So like most advanced level that the big organizations like maybe USAID or I don't know, big organizations, they still running on their like old systems. I mean, that's where you have Kate when she brings the new technology ideas. But yeah, so I'm talking probably too much on that part, but yeah, that's what I do.
Well,
To
no, you're not talking too much. See, a lot of people don't understand that tech solve problems. There's a lot of problems, and you can actually use it in a positive way, and you can use it in a negative way, and then you can leverage it. A lot of people are not leveraging this opportunity with technology, and that's the actually first time that I've ever heard anybody say that they're leveraging technology with non-for-profits, with war, and to help people, right? Like a humanitarian type of situation, right?
exactly,
Okay,
exactly.
so quick question. Because I know you have a lot of stuff under your belt, all types of degrees and stuff, and I know you very, very deep. What pushed you what was the light bulb to say, hey, technology is it? Um, this is the direction. Even though I know you said you seen the order and it was a job that is getting ready to be obsolete, right? And you decide to go into this way. We're moving in the AI space where I've been doing my show constantly for the past since January. I've been doing it daily, and I have not seen so many job loss in the tech field, and it's kind of throwing me off because everything is moving very fast. Everything is moving very positive. We're in a bull run. It just seems like everything is up, but it seems like we're losing a lot. So going back to my original question, right, which is I understand there was one thing that pushed you into the direction that you are, but in the current state that we're at, where do you see the whole playing field with everything that you're doing and everything that is happening in this space?
That's a thank you for the question because actually my last week I was in Las Vegas, very large. We can call it International Technology Conference run by Sage, and I was speaking panel speaker there. And one of my topic I was speaking was like on the flip side, okay, we all get it, like what is AI. I'm not gonna bother like explaining it even farther, but what is the human element into AI finance world, because everything really starts from human. And when I talk, I always like bring this triangle called people, process, and technology, because I can implement, I don't know, beautiful system, ERP system up and running, but if I don't invest in the people, if I don't train my team and the people, right, element, nothing gonna happen magically, right? What, no matter what technology you input. In terms of AI, this is how I envision. I said this a couple of years ago. I now joke I should have probably trademarked this. I feel that AI or any other technology level comes with like co-pilot seat. So it's kind of more helping us rather than taking over our job. I believe that, and I didn't say that. Aaron Harris said, which is CTO of the Global Sage platform, that it's not like AI is going to take over your job. AI will take over the identity or the specifics if you don't learn what AI can do to your job. So then, yes, you are left over. So you have to step up and you have to learn in the co-pilot mode with AI what its capabilities and what it can do. Very good and simple example is the bookkeeping. I hate that word bookkeeping. I know it's part of my profession, but I hate it. And why? Because today I was actually telling the AI CPA team member just a couple hours ago, I had an interview. Right now, three AI platforms are running behind and doing the bookkeeping job, which is like entering data. So we don't really need bookkeepers anymore, because yes, AI can do, but can those bookkeepers learn the advisory part, like what AI doesn't know those numbers. We still need the human element to make decision. AI will calculate everything, especially Gen AI, right? So it can go and learn behind sense and calculate everything for us and bring it as an answer, right? So who is my top customers and calculate by top balances, like who owes me what and etc. But it's still human has to make decision. And this is where I see that let AI do the task-based work and bring it to your attention, and you still have to be in a level that you have to make decision. You cannot allow AI because, like you said, there is positive way and there is like negative way. We also know that especially Gen AI can go to hallucination world and imagine a lot of things. Can you imagine if there's still not human who can control? It can go on and on and on and on, and we all gonna end up in a la la land instead of intelligent eventually. So that's my answer. AI as a co-pilot, do not think that it's gonna take over your job if you really scale up and kind of learn what it can do for you to benefit both and aside
Now,
by side.
now the funny thing you say that is because I did a review on a bricklaying company based out of Europe. They have these AI robots, right? And they're promoting the AI robots to do bricklayers, but they also have classes to teach you how to use the AI, which I thought was very interesting. I have never seen any companies that offered the other side. It was just always, oh, we bring, like, for example, perfect example. Amazon is supposedly getting ready to change their workforce and start using robotic AIs for sorting and so forth, right? But if there's no one to train those bots or to make sure they're working correctly, then it doesn't work. But it also cuts down from 20 jobs to 2 because
Right.
so that's the other part. It's just like that little cut of percentage of people.
Industrial revolution, my dear. When they stopped I don't know. I remember one example that in New York, I think it was very famous to everyone has to wear the hat, and then one day it was like no, it's like it's not like they stopped working and not finding then and then you're moving. ATM machine was the same, right? So everybody thought like banks gonna be out of business, and exact same happened with the blockchain and all that's going to take over we don't need banks anymore, centralized versus decentralized. So it's you have to upscale and you're going to come up, and it's not going to happen like immediately. Yes, it is fast, 100% it's faster. Have like a industrial revolution is happening much faster than it was before, but it's also opens up like so many opportunities, right? So now look at we have like AI engineers, AI I don't know, API programmers, and AI managers, and so it brings like it's cuts some of the task based and this bookkeeping and parentheses I'm mentioning jobs, but at the same like repetitive jobs, right? But at the same time it opens up to the new opportunity to new jobs, right? So how to navigate and how to help AI to make better decision and monitor and control, which kind of also brings back what we want as a humanity, right? We want a little bit more time in our life. That if we somehow with the co-piloting with AI and all the other sides with the blockchain, right, somehow end up in a world to work only 3 or 4 days and gain another like 3 or 4 days to the rest and maybe spend in a museum or I don't know with your kids or with your loved ones. Why not, right? Because this is
Yeah.
the and get the same salary, obviously. So
Well, it's so funny because I believe that salaries will be cut because they're gonna say, "Oh, you're working 3 days out of 7, so we need to cut your salary." But there's
but it's
always
also
ways.
values you're bringing, right? So we're moving also based on a value pricing model. So yes, A lot of it's not only from the bottom line things are needs to be adjusted, it's also top line, right? So managers and directors, so if they don't have this department underneath, we don't need even that manager anymore, right? So they have to like upgrade the qualification and go to the next chapter of their life.
Uh, um, quick question, because I'm gonna switch subjects real quick. Have you the last conventions that you've been to? Because I know you go to almost all the big conventions. What is the temperament these days with all of this new technology going on?
um the I obviously I will be very honest with you, like yes, it's Gen AI is leading in a conversation anywhere, everywhere you go. So, including the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland, a couple of weeks ago. So it is changing not only how we work, but the life around us, right? So how we drive now car, or how we connecting with our coworkers in what space, and etc. But that's not the only like leading part. This like subcategories comes with that, and we have to be very alert. It is like in my profession, Abby, that I'm not only looking at it, excites me when this new technologies, new solutions, and you can solve so many problems, right? And that's definitely excites me, but I have to also wear my CPA hat and sometimes like legal hat in terms of like compliance, security. Like security is the biggest issue right now, because when we talk about the excitement, then it immediately comes security part, right? So how much we can trust the data, how we can prevent that AI with the formulas and calculations, especially with the Gen AI, doesn't go to this like how we can prevent the hallucinations, right? So what is the how much like investment has to go versus like developing or really like preventing. It's a lot of like conversations between the industries are going on. Supply chain is the biggest like concern in the world, and that's we know that definitely blockchain gonna play. It's already play. It's not like will play. It already plays huge role, and more and more companies around the world are adopting and moving towards that. Especially we see like huge condensed version with the regular supply chain, so everybody needs to know. We need to, like regular consumers, we want to know, like when I go to Amazon or any store and take banana or something, I want to know where it comes from, right? So the truth behind that, those are like biggest. And cloud computing, obviously it's on a growth level is so high that now, and I can tell you one thing, now these large companies are starting charging fees, API fees. That's the first time I heard. API stands for Application Program Interface. So API fees to connect with like either subsidiary ledger or other like softwares to feed the information, because they are saying like, oh, our servers are getting like larger and larger. So they're gonna be this unlimited pre-computing data sitting. It's not really up in the cloud, it's still like servers, right? So that's a biggest challenge also world sees. And this is microeconomic level. And if we go to like a larger and deeper or maybe 20-30,000 feet view, of course like technology can solve so many problems, but there is also a political part. We know what's going on in the world, and economical part, and so on and so on.
You know, this thing seems like it's endless. I just learned how I just learned blockchain probably about 2 3 years ago, right? Or maybe about 4 years ago, because I think I jumped into crypto in 2016. It was October 2016, and I felt like I was learning a lot. Now it's just like I got to learn more. There's more stuff that's opening up. This thing never stops. It never stops. Quick question. How do your kids take AI and this whole movement?
I love this question. I really do, because I constantly have these conversations. This, can I tell you first the scary part? It really scares me. I also talk to like a youngest age. I'm not saying like we're old, but the youngest age, like 20 and below, or maybe like 20, 22 years old. And it blows my mind when they say like, "Oh, we don't want kids. Why are we gonna have kids? Because it's a AI is gonna do everything. So why are they gonna what they gonna do in a life?" And then I am talking to these people, and then I have to go back to my older son is 16 years old, and then 12, and I have a daughter 10 years old. And then I have to go back and talk to my kids and just ask the simple question. So, guys, what do you think? Well, like with this AI world, like what is gonna be your profession? I don't know. What do you want to do in the future? I think we are very lucky that we are still in a space with our kids that they are all so open minded, Abby, that I don't, when I look at my kids, I don't see them as a like one country citizens or what. It's like more world citizens. They have and they own so much information. It's like almost small AIs already you have at home running around you. And then they bring this like brand new ideas, and they it's like more economic benefits what they are talking to you, like I want to save, I don't know, Amazon forest, or I want to save maybe kids from the like clear water and something like that. I know not every single kid can communicate this, and some kids have more opportunity. I am a big believer that every kid has to have a same equal opportunity with education, but we also have these differences, right? So some are deeply in education and some maybe less. Yes, my kids are very open-minded with the security. They're very skeptical, and I can tell you, like my kids taught me to completely get rid of like social media. I still kind of do because I'm a presentable. I have to be present, and I'm in professional world, but definitely not spending time on it. I wish I had time for it, but it's a they are completely like they never even asked or never even checked, like very discreet, and they just know what they're doing. They very determined, and they believe in future, and we need to believe in future obviously and have a hope. That's I support too.
Um, as we're talking and you start talking about your kids, I realized that every generation of kids have their own iteration of what's going on in the space. Um, this next generation that's coming up behind our kids, that's 2 and 3, that is AI, blockchain, all this technology is going to be at the forefront to where us, I think we came when computers started, right? We seen every beeper, every cell phone. We seen everything from the beginning to the end. Now, excuse me, these new kids are coming into a space where AI is going to be a part of their class. AI may be a teacher.
Yes. Oh, absolutely. In
So
California, you open the restaurant, it's like 100% robotic driven. I don't know if you heard about that,
no, I
but I
no, I heard about it and I actually seen some of the videos and pictures. And for me, I'm gonna be honest. I am a big movie buff. Okay, so from the Terminator to Elysium to I can't remember. There was a movie that happened in the 80s about this AI. It was a family living in the house. The whole house was I can't remember the movie. It was controlled by a robot, the whole house. And then the robot, it kidnapped the house. It kidnapped the people in the house. All of these things now that I'm seeing, it looks like are coming true now. Like today I just read an article about liquid, I'm not even sure what it is. It's some liquid crystals that they're using for robotics. And it took me back to, it's called shape shifting robotics. And
Shape
it,
shift.
yeah, now it took me to Terminator. I don't remember which version of the Terminator, but it was like he turned into some liquid and then he'd turn into a person and then he'd turn in, these things are starting to scare me. The Elon Musk with the Neuralink, right? Elysium. I don't know if you've seen the movie Elysium, where they had the Neuralink and they go. All of this stuff is coming into fruition of real life, and it's really scaring me because it's just like, what do we combat towards this? How do we fight against this for all the people who don't want to be a part of this, even though you have no choice because it's taking over the world? But like for our protection, how do we protect ourselves against this thing that's coming?
And that's a very valid question. I'm sure even somewhere in the deep, I have also it for myself. And I don't know any guy, including Elon Musk, can answer it right now. Uh, I will take my words back if he can. But uh, I think it's gonna be like everything else happen in the world, right? So something starts, it's exciting, it might spread very quickly, but then immediately we start like including governments and officials and non-officials, including non-for-profits, who are supporting these ideas that protection and um, checking in those barriers, right? So where you can achieve this intelligence. That's also scary, right? Gen AI can become like truly independent, and it's kind of almost like tells you what to do instead of you are telling what to do. And those need to be, and the regulations, I can say that's what it's going to come down. The similar happened to blockchain and crypto, right? So 2022, that was one of the reason I put my own startup back to the shelf. Unfortunately, because in US the regulation changed so much, and there was I SEC starts suing like big companies like Coinbase and Binance and etc. So it was almost impossible small companies to survive in this mode. But that's what it comes down to. The regulators gonna ask a lot of questions, test obviously the impact, and that's what it comes down. Like they gonna measure the impact, so they don't gonna allow for sure Terminators out of the world to go
I'm
into.
not gonna lie. This is the first time that I am pro government inside of this space.
Um,
It needs to be some type of regulation, especially with all the scamming that's going on from deep fakes and all of this stuff. It's
exactly,
it
exactly.
changed very very fast.
Yeah.
So what are you currently working on?
It's I am in my profession as always, right? So I do the financial advisory to my clients and digital transformation, bringing this new technologies. I'm a partner with Sage Intact and multiple other like subsidiary ledger companies as well. And just again, like helping the world to be somewhere in a better space. And what I also want to spend more time now, and I think it's where I'm going to bring the knowledge and transfer knowledge like across the different industries and different audience and communities that put those scare part a little bit down and let them like take some risks. You have to also, this is so dynamic world, you have to take a little bit. I feel like I take risk, my kids take, everybody takes risks every day, even just showing up to the work, because you never know how it ends up. So giving and transferring knowledge and educating, and that's what I support. And I like your podcast because it gives exactly those people in a community and industry who are a little bit of scared or maybe more or less scared to go out and try and test and do their own small proof of concept POCs and come back strong. and again, educate and educate on this, because one thing I don't recommend is to stay and just watch. So no.
No, no.
No.
I have this concept. I have this concept that I talk about all the time. You can't learn how to swim standing on the side of the pool.
Exactly. I like that. Yes, exactly. I agree with you.
um, I'm not gonna keep you so much because we already a little bit time in. But how could people find you or be a part of what you got going on or donate to your nonprofit?
I think the best is to find me on a LinkedIn. That's the biggest part of the biggest platform I am, and I have my followers, and I do many times like posting the articles, and I'm very much active on a LinkedIn, so it's probably the easiest way to find me on a via LinkedIn.
Okay, Kate, I'm just gonna end right here. Thank you for tuning in, for coming to the show. I really appreciate you. Yeah, let's keep in contact.
Obviously, thank you so much, Abby. Always my pleasure to be part of this. And what you do, it's very important. This is exactly you're giving platform to people like me to spread the word and make pressure a little bit less for the rest of
Yeah,
the world.
yeah. A lot of times people might see us on stage or uh, see us somewhere or see us in the mix networking, but they don't really get a chance to see who we really are. To say, oh yeah, Kate is a really cool person. She's really down to earth. I can really talk to her. So this is like the reason why I like kind of brought the show because it was just like you know everything on TV seems very far fetched, but then when you actually get a chance to touch and talk to somebody, it's really, really different. It really brings you down to reality of life. And on that note, thank you very much, Kate. Appreciate you. Oh,
Right.
last question. I don't know
Sure.
how I missed this one. Being a woman in this space, how hard is it for you?
Oh, that's a question we need to probably record another. To answer short, it is very difficult because we all know the data coming that the equality is still hurting, and it's still like we share everything 50-50% except the equality part, right? And I support the not only idea, but I also support philanthropic way as well. Or as an angel investor, I have been investing in women on the startups, technology startups or companies, because this is and I really ask everyone in this world to do the same and share the same passion, because this is the only, if we lift each other, this is the only way we can survive. We are humans, we are social animals, so we need each other. We cannot survive separately. And especially like what women's do, and we came to earth with the pain already, so not like a man, but we take it, we embrace it, and we multiply it and give it back. So it is
Yes, Mother Earth.
yeah. Yes, exactly. So today is a very important day in the world, Women's International Day, and I support every single mother, daughter, um, I don't know, every single around the world, hardworking woman, and always fight. And I hope I don't need to fight, but if I have to fight, I will fight for women's rights.
Well, thank you for coming in. I appreciate it. And I had it thrown off a little bit because it is International Women's Month. I was saying Women's Month because I'm stuck because it's Black History Month and then we go into Women's Month. So thank
Right.
you, Kate. I really appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of your day. Actually, enjoy your weekend.
Thank
Um,
you.
and
Thank
I'll
you.
see and I will see you soon.
I'm sure we'll see each other soon.
All right,
Thank
bye.
Abstracts on the beat.
Meet up in New York City. I am Abby Harris, your host today.
What up? Welcome to Beyond the Blockchain. I am your host, Abby Harris.